Andy,
sir, this
pásate para acá y ponte acá.
street
De volar,
parking.
espérate.
This is street
Let's go.
parking.
Yeah, it's
You're
street
making
parking.
your son do
yeah,
that?
But everybody have the space right here.
No, does it have your name on here?
Eh?
Does it have your name on here?
Yeah,
Do you pay
I
for
am
this
living
parking
here.
spot?
Eh?
You pay for this
No,
specific parking
yeah,
spot?
I am paying my taxes. I am paying everything.
Yeah, well, I pay
Be
too.
careful, be careful. Be
Oh,
careful.
be careful. Well,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
moving.
no problem.
You're not moving.
No problem.
You're not moving.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
am
moving.
paying my taxes. So
I don't care.
be careful.
Move. Move.
I'm
Move.
looking. Oh,
Can you move?
oh.
Can
Let
you
me call to
move?
the police.
Okay, call the police. Call the police, please.
I definitely have seen this video. Like I said, I could see the point of view of this individual, the gentleman, and I could see the point individual of her as well. So they're both fighting for parking. So they're obviously an issue of parking. I've done it myself, you know, like where I just go, like, you know, that little lacy cut that you do. And I mean, that's what happens when you live in these communities, you know, you fight for parking.
Let him go.
Sí, que son pandilleros, pero para todos.
Usted también es pandillera. Para ellos, usted también es pandillera.
Ya.
I am pregnant, currently 6 months with twins, and I do drive. That's my whip.
Chicle.
And I mean, it's a hassle. Like, it is a hassle. driving, being pregnant, getting on a car, getting off a car. Not only that, mentally preparing yourself to get 5 kids inside a car at a certain time. It is hard, but it's possible. As a resident here in the city of Santa Ana, I have acknowledged that there is a lot of parking issue going on. People having trouble parking, especially for low income communities where it's basically apartments where a lot of the people struggle to find parking. Try to figure out something out. It takes a toll on people's lives, you know. I mean, it's a mental health issue if you really think about it. Coming out of work, already driving on your way home, knowing that you have to A, B, C, and D. But not only that, now you have to worry about, like, I'm not gonna find parking. I mean, it's a stressful. I mean, you might think it's not so much of a big deal. It should be for a lot of people. We've lived with it for so long that we normalized it, you know. But I mean, I think it's time for it, like, to, you know, be able to come home and be like, I'm gonna find parking and go home, relax. Let that be less of a worry in your agenda.
My name is Maria Zacarias, and I'm a resident of Santa Ana.
Big boy, hi. Hi, get over here.
For me, before permit parking, I feel like it was really easy for me to find a spot on the street and just park wherever I found an empty spot. Now I have to coordinate with my roommates because we share the driveway. But now for people that don't have driveways, they have to drive around the block, drive around, and then expand outside of the block, and then try to drive around the neighborhood to find a place where it's not permit parking and they are able to park there. I feel like it values more like homeowners.
Community here in Townsend, they have these houses, but in order for you to park on that side, there's permits, because obviously the homeowners have that permit thing, and sometimes you get out of work at 2-3 in the morning, I mean, and you don't find no parking, you're gonna be, you know, you park it where, okay, I'm gonna have to park it here, and you just wake up with a ticket. You do it not because you have to leave it there, but you do it because you already want to go home, you're already exhausted, tired and your day's about to start the next day, and you get tickets like that. Now you add this to the pile. I mean, it makes you feel like kind of I want to say the normal thing, but in reality it's not normal. It's not normal. You're just like, okay, I'll pay $65. Why should you pay $65 for working really hard to maintain your family, to provide for your family?
I don't see the city of Santa Ana prioritizing the residents that are currently trying to stay in the city. I see more luxury housing being built, and that's not going to be affordable for a lot of the people that are already living here.
Start making us feel that we're worth something, you know, and not just push us to the end and give everything else to everybody else that are newcomers.
And your spots that you get with your permit, your parking permit. But if you're a renter, I don't think you have the right to the permit.
Folks having issues with parking, they can be more hopeful that we are listening, that we are seeing what's being shared online, and that we also have experienced these issues, and that is why we want to find a solution to them. So some of the solutions that we've talked about are possibly changing the ordinance that is currently in place here in the city, which allows for homeowners, single-family homes to be able to purchase 3 permits. Another thing that we've done is we've worked with our public works staff, and we've gone out to the field and said, hey, does this curb really need to be this long in terms of how much red paint there's on the curb, right? Because if I look at the curb over there, there's no red paint there, so why is it only here? So reducing those red lanes, but still being in compliant and making sure that if cars want to turn, that they have enough space, that there's no car there to block their view. You know, I think we can be creative again and look at what other jurisdictions have done, like Long Beach with Angled parking, yes. Using, one of our major streets is Bristol. Can we do some sort of parking on Bristol or 17th Street? Can we let homeowners park in front of their driveways? So I think there's a lot of things that we can discuss and weigh out the pros and the cons. I don't think it has to be a conversation about, well, you should just not have any more cars and have that be the end.
So something that the city can do to try to prioritize the resident is to work on the parking issue and trying to make rent affordable for everyone. People want to stay in Santa Ana, don't want to move from the place that they know. They want to stay in the city, but it's not affordable and it's not realistic, especially with a lot of the luxury housing coming in. That's not going to be affordable.
I want to give my kids a better quality of life of being able.
The streets permit parking and they don't have the permit, so they have to figure out where. Take an initiative on my own to be signed up for the city's newsletters from the neighborhood association, so if I can't join the neighborhood association meeting, I can at least try to stay up to date. And I'm not sure if all the residents know that you can just go on the city's website and sign up for them. I feel like maybe renters might feel like they don't have the same power just because they might think about it as like, oh, we're just renting, we don't actually own anything. But they do have power and they do have a voice.
I want the tenants of the city or anyone struggling with parking to know that if they have any, issues, that they need to get in touch with council members. Let us know, share your experience, share your story with us, so that we can, uplift them and do something about it. How can, people that are possibly working two jobs, have time to reach out to us? Different ways. I don't know what the rest of the folks do, so I'm only gonna speak about my engagement. We're on WhatsApp, which is very popular with Latinx Santa Ana residents here, so they can reach out to me via that messaging app, can send me messages via Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. They can also call me. My phone number is 714-822-0891, and so they can reach out to me in many ways.
I feel like maybe if the apartment renters organize within themselves, they could be a big voice to make changes about their situations, like the parking situation.
Everything is possible once we all want it, and we have to all fight for it, get up and fight for it the right way, the legit way, and a change will come sooner or later. It starts with a mustard seed and it could flourish to something big.